Tired of the same old breakfast? We got you. Because here, we believe breakfast should be fun. Spacey's all-day breakfast menu. Food so good, it's out of this world.
Yeah, I'm trying to diplomacy the elephant.
Right. So I think that's going to be a survival check.
No, that's not good.
Dust Lucky, you're more than welcome to hang out with us as we fumble our way through Dead Suns. So I think there is a specific and Pax, don't forget that you have a similar skill with your throat fungus.
Yeah, I can talk to all animals.
That's not.
I know it's not.
That's what Pax thinks it is. Okay.
I got word-wise written down, so.
So here's where I get stuck in both of those situations. As a move action, you can use survival to improve the attitude of an animal with an intelligence score of 1 or 2. Magical beasts like the Elikoth have an intelligence score of 3 or 4, which means that they can understand language. So does it still can you still use handle an animal if it is it only with creatures with intelligence scores of 1 or 2, or is it a way to interact with creatures that are so unintelligent that because they don't have language? What do you guys think?
I mean, I'm biased because I want it to work.
Right, I'm biased because I want it to work.
Well, I don't see why, if they're just more intelligent, do they find it demeaning? Like,
no,
like an animal? Or they're, too smart to
here's what we're going to do.
Boy, it's like, no.
Do you have any
No.
any points in survival?
Yes. Not
Okay.
many. I have 4.
You have no ranks in survival.
I have 1 rank.
You have 1 rank. I'm sorry. I don't know how to read. So what I want you to do is I want you to make a diplomacy check. No. I want you to make a survival check.
Okay.
But I'm going to change it so that it will use your charisma modifier instead. So go ahead and roll survival.
You're trying to survive in style.
That's not different.
Yeah, I know, it's the same. I don't know, but I wanted to see if I could do it, and 2, I was like, oh, maybe they can use their.
Yeah,
that's not gonna.
Boo.
Yeah. All that for so you reach out telepathically. Yeah. That's exactly what you do. And everybody can see the brain waves going from your brain to the elephant's brain.
90s X-Men shit.
It's exactly what it is. And it turns and looks at you. And what are you trying to say to it?
Hush, little baby. Yeah, like kind of that.
Okay.
Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah, like you try to sing it like in the Eoxian lullaby, or whatever the closest thing to that would be. You learned about it when you were in night school. It's part of how you learn to speak Eoxian.
Yeah. Insane to think about. Like, there's no Eoxian children really, because who knows how old a child's undead could possibly be.
Right.
And they don't sleep. So what is the
lullaby?
Makes no sense.
Yeah, but they used to be alive before they were all undead, so some of that has probably survived, and there are some Eoxian lullabies for those people. I don't know. So you start to kind of try to sing at it, and it turns and looks at you, and it is no longer going. It had stopped itself because it had gotten caught in the slippy spot, and it was facing where Clara was running away, and now it has turned and is looking directly at you.
Great.
You still have a standard action left.
Um. I have to Google something really quick. Is the range of my pistols?
Oh, it's 20 feet. The acid blaster is 20
No,
feet.
my new pistol is 40 feet.
Oh, nice. What's the new one?
The Thunderstrike Sonic pistol.
Hell yeah, brother.
So I'm gonna ready that, and
okay. Actually, so timeout. Now I understand the intelligence 1, 2, and 3 thing. If you go to page 139 and you read diplomacy, it says you can use diplomacy to change a creature's initial attitude to be a more positive one, but at the risk of angering the creature. Blah blah blah. The creature must have an intelligence of 3 or higher, which this does. So this is a thing that you would be able to do. Unfortunately, it's not really a thing that you can do in combat, but I'm going to let you do it anyway to see if you can maybe suppress the situation.
right, so it's more of like I angered the shopkeep kind of thing.
Yeah, this is like right. So to do that normally to change somebody's attitude, you have to talk to them for like 10 minutes or so. 1 minute. And then they have a chance that their attitude towards you will go from, indifferent to friendly or from hostile to unfriendly. And in this specific situation, I think you have the combination of skills that you could do that with this monster.
Cool. Okay.
So why don't you make a diplomacy check?
Hell yeah. It's time to shine. Fucking goddamn it.
Yep. Okay, so basically the exact same
What?
thing happens. The exact same thing happens. It turns to look.
The fucking like 2.
Yeah, you rolled a 3. Yep, that is a big bummer. Yeah, so you try to reach out to this Elikoth's mind, and you try to sing an Aloxian lullaby, and it just turns and growls at you, and now you can tell that you're the thing that it wants to run at.
Cool.
And you have a standard action.
Can I draw a gun while moving?
I assumed you had your gun. Yeah.
Okay, whatever. I guess I'll. Where the fuck is Pax? I guess I'll
Way
go
the fuck up there.
Pax is really far away.
5 squares.
5 squares, yep.
Okay. I forget where I started already. I move, and that's my turn. Goodbye.
Okay. It's Horatio's turn. Horatio is going to... Who knows what Horatio's going to do? I wish Horatio had Mind Thrust. That's the best spell.
It is the best spell. Miss you, Shepard.
He's going to cast Caustic Conversion. And miss. Great. Awesome.
Damn it. It was a try.
And then he is going to take a few steps back. Actually, he's going to move directly down to away from the... Oops. Away from the bad guy. Pax, it's your turn. You are very far away.
Yep. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try and do it. I think I'm able to, so tell me if I can't at any point in here. I'm going to take the carbon steel blade and jam it directly into the ground. Then I'm going to use the glamored fusion seal to make it look like a big radioactive, like, cooling rod.
What the fuck?
Okay. All right. Everything seems cool right now. Then I'm going to use the word-wise throat to yell at the Elikoth, hey, there's food over here, since we know that it likes radiation. And I'm hoping that it's going to do something with that, and I'll probably just sprint in the opposite direction if it comes after it. Now, I can use my called fusion seal to get it back to my hand within 100 feet. I don't think you're going to allow this.
I don't think it's that stupid. But the plan is so stupid that
So Looney Tunes.
And that it just might work.
that it just might work. So let's
It's the
say that you
perfect
do that.
plan.
I understand, and one of the things that you can say that you can use your throat fungus for is very simple communication with the creature, and one of those
Yep.
things is food.
Correct.
So if you I don't know what a radioactive cooling rod looks like, but I think we can all just agree that that is a thing that would exist.
It's the Simpsons
It's the
inanimate carbon
yep.
rod.
Well, yeah, plutonium.
So you jam your sword into the ground, and you activate the glamour fusion, and it changes to look like a metal cylinder that inside of which is a probably like 3-foot version of the weird green metal tube that falls into Homer's pocket, and it has locks on it and
Snickers for
everything.
Alec
And just for like good measure, it's glowing green and it has like some green mist coming off of it.
I appreciate
those are, you can't see radiation, but to make it, so what they did was they made this housing, and when they detected when they made the housing for it, they enchanted it so that it would detect radiation, and when it detects radiation, it puts a hologram around it of a misty green to let everybody know that it's radiation. It's a safety effect.
It is. It's smart.
So you do this. This is going to take your whole turn. You're not going to be able to run
Oh, yeah.
away.
I'll have to run if it goes for the food.
I don't. It would have to like sprint directly at you next turn to make it to you.
Yeah.
You conjure this thing, and you yell with your loudest guttural yell that there's food over there, but you do it in this kind of like guttural barking that comes out of the throat fungus at the Elikoth. So you're gonna have to make a check.
Yep. This is the part where this falls apart.
Right. Let me just read the Wildwise real quick. You can attempt diplomacy checks to influence such creatures as well as understand in... So, you have to make a diplomacy check.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my god! So, Max,
Wow.
you create the illusion of a radioactive cylinder far away from where this creature is. And then you yell at it that there is a radioactive cooling rod right in front of you, and you're just standing there like this with your hands out and just and the Elikoth completely turns its attention away from Zib and looks at you. And it's now its turn, and it sprints towards this thing.
God. Yep.
Hell yeah.
Let's take some greed radiation damage.
Yeah, it's going to get like you're at the end of its movement. So it is going to use its whole turn to run over there. I have. Okay. I had to look at its senses real quick. I didn't know if it had like radiation sense. It doesn't.
Oh, excellent.
Radiation sense would have screwed your whole plan.
Oh yeah.
Because it would have looked at it and be like, that's a bullshit.
Yeah, that's I have my own green mist that I see. That's the fake green mist.
Okay, sorry. I I think the Alexa in the other room was having a conversation with herself, but I could only hear talking behind me, and my roommate's not home, so I was having a very small panic. Okay, so this thing runs over directly to you. We'll say that it's over here. I have lost your token because you have placed it outside of the map. I can't see. It can't seem to be got. Look at that. That's so silly.
Pax can't get got. That sucks. Can I just drag him back onto the map?
I think so. There
Pax
he is.
2, Electric Boogaloo. We're fine.
So yeah,
put him
it
there.
is. It is. Yeah. So we'll put you right here. It is right next to you. Put you right there.
Oh god. All right. I guess at the end of its turn, I'm taking damage.
No, so it only happens on your turn.
Okay.
Clara,
Hi.
you don't know what just happened.
Nope, I don't. I guess I'm still booking it.
You have gotten far enough away that you turn around and you realize that the thing is not chasing you, but that nobody followed you either. So you are about probably you took your whole turn, so you're about 70 feet away from the edge of this map.
Okay.
Sorry, out of curiosity, not to interrupt, but when it moved towards me, did it roll its acrobatics to move through the grease?
It didn't have to.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
Okay. So I got. Whoop.
I mean, you could shoot it.
Yeah, I could. I'd take some penalties, but.
You would take a -4.
Yeah. Not. Not.
You could also move closer and... No, you wouldn't be able to move far enough, sorry.
Nope. And then we would just do this whole song and dance over again.
Yep.
All right, I'll shoot. Why not? Weirder things have happened.
That is going to miss. You tried to line up a shot, but it is extremely far away, and the area that you're in has kind of a hilly nature to it. And it's... I guess you wouldn't have to account for bullet drop because it's a laser gun. You had to account for a laser drop. Sure.
Sure.
Or
Zib.
we're fucking running. I don't know. I don't know what to do. This is this seems bad. This seems like the situation has not improved. But sprinting will continue until morale improves. Turn done.
Okay. Are you just standing over there? Or are you running away? Like, what's your
I'm running away.
Okay.
I
Horatio...
have secured the bag.
Yeah, Horatio is going to do the same thing. He is going to spend all of his movement to move to the end of the map. And once again, Pax, it is your turn.
Okay. I am going to spend... Actually, I think I'm going to... what is it? It's not disengage,
Withdraw.
It's retreat.
Withdraw.
I'm gonna withdraw my full 60 feet, and I'm gonna go in this direction because I guess we're trying to get the fuck out of here now.
Withdraw.
Didn't get attack of opportunity for that. Yeah.
No, that's the whole point. You can move up to double your speed. The square you start out in is not considered threatened by any opponent you can see, and therefore visible enemies don't get to make attacks of opportunity against you when you move from that square. Unseen enemies. It's only the first square.
It's still going to get it because it's got 10-foot range.
It's got a little bit more than 10.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to try to bash at you with its gore attack as you run away, but its attention is still on the radioactive coil.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you take 29 piercing damage
About right.
as this thing pummels
It's
you.
piercing. I only take 24.
Oh man, you showed him.
My stamina points are gone.
Yes,
run to me.
it hits you with its piercing gore attack as you try to run away from it, but it is still completely focused on the thing in front of it.
I did not take radiation damage because I moved out, or I still need to take the green damage.
Oh, you need to take the green damage. It's 7 HP.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to make a save too.
That's fortitude.
Yeah. That's
24.
Doesn't even matter. Yeah, it's enough. The save is 17. I forget what happens.
Well, I mean, I saved, so I take the 7.
Yeah, so you take 7 HP damage from being in the heavy radiation, and that's it.
That's a lot of damage. Okay, good. I hope it
No big
tries
deal.
to eat my sword.
That's pretty much exactly what it's going to do. It looks down and it sees this glowing green radiation thing, and it kind of looks at it. It does that thing that a dog does when it turns its head to try to get a better look, but it's 50 foot tall. And so it's kind of adorable, but it's also terrifying. And then you see it reach down and take a gigantic bite out of the ground and then stand back up and is chewing and swallows. And your radioactive coil is gone.
Okay. I don't know if you want to take this into effect, but as soon as it bites down on it, the fusion seal deactivates.
It wouldn't be able to see it, so
Okay, cool.
it really wouldn't make a difference.
I'm really worried that the carbon steel blade didn't cut it up when it swallowed it. That's horrific.
Yeah, it's
Anyway.
huge.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I guess yeah, I didn't think of that.
like it just swallowed a knife, effectively.
But it's also huge.
Yeah,
So
I
like
know.
there's a large chance that it didn't even touch like the insides of its mouth.
So all we need now is someone to turn on a really powerful magnet, and that sword will come flying right out of there.
So actually, yeah, why don't you just roll the weapon damage
All right.
without your strength or anything?
Yeah.
roll for tummy ache.
Roll for tummy ache.
So it's just 1d10 with nothing else.
Okay.
10.
Nice. Yeah. So it scoops up your glamored out sword, and because it thinks it's a radioactive fusion coil, because those are a thing that exists, and it's found those in the wasteland before. They just get ejected by starships in danger sometimes to get them off the ship. And like, what's it going to do to Eox? It's fucking So it was like really excited to find this thing, and then it eats it, and as it swallows it, it realizes it has probably made a mistake.
Yay, we're all dead.
Clara, you are so far away from the Ellicott that you probably can't even see it now. Because it's
If I
sprinted.
can't see it can't see me.
Fair enough.
That's how that works, I think. Do I need to do anything?
Do you want to do anything?
I don't really know what I could do in this scenario.
That is a good point.
I'm
you are
good.
very, very far away from it.
Woohoo!
Zib, you are pretty far away from it as well.
And we're gonna keep it that way, baby.
Yep, it's probably about 200 feet away from you now.
I'll just try and die somewhere convenient where you guys can get to me easily.
5 hacks.
Actually, can I? Let me run the numbers real quick.
Running over an inspiring boost.
Yeah, exactly.
Do it.
Hey, but I just want to say you're doing a really good job running away from that thing. K, love you. Bye.
I want to let him know he did a great job with the diplomacy check. It's important.
You gotta let him know.
You gotta let him know.
Okay, I can do it from here. Just run in a straight line up. And God, I wish I could remember how much. I think it's 15 stamina points.
all that work to get the Elikoth away from the
Yeah.
rest of the crew. And Zib's like, yeah!
Hey!
No!
They're sick. Anyway, take your 15 stamina points. I'm doing this for you.
Done. Thank you. I will be able to survive one more hit. Maybe.
That's all that matters. We really should have thought about maybe some sort of like evac plan
Ship
before we
shows
started this.
Yeah, like, why isn't the ship circling? It doesn't need to blow it up, but, like, just come in and let us jump on the ship and ride out.
Really would have
Maybe-
need to have planned that. Okay.
Some motorcycles, like anything.
What is the thing called that recalls your sword?
It is the called fusion seal.
Called. That's why I can't find it.
And it teleports. It doesn't pull it out like a
All right.
magnet.
That was my
I wish.
yeah. That was my big question. So Zib, you run over to Pax and you give them 4 thumbs up, and he recovers some stamina points. Horatio is going to continue to run away and make his way to Clara. Pax, it is your turn.
Okay, well, as a swift action, I'll call the sword back to me, assuming it is able to be called through the radiation and the flesh of the Elikoth.
I'm gonna say that. Yeah, that's fine. That works.
Okay.
That was the plan all along. I knew what the plan was. I wasn't gonna make you lose your fucking sword.
I was prepared to if it happened. I wasn't gonna like it, but that's them's the breaks.
You see
okay,
that it teleports out of its stomach, and you see the Elikoth just like kind of like shake, like oh wow, what the hell was that? That was
what's that?
Imagine like there's something in your stomach that is just suddenly gone,
Yep. No, I don't like.
and then the rest of your stomach
like-
has to kind of move around to make up for the lost space.
So I'm not gonna move Pax off the map again, but he's like 1 square over because it's 60. Just fucking run. Actually, can he double move if he used a swift action?
yeah, you just move twice. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
The Elikoth sees all of you guys running away, and it thinks it's just eaten something. So it's kind of wary to chase you guys again. It looks pretty close on the map, but it doesn't really seem too interested in you guys. It does move back to where the skin shack is, but instead of following you guys over to the right, it walks back down to more over here. And now this is now a good representation of where you guys are all respectively to each other. That's all it does. Clara, you still... have you been running, or did you just get far enough away and then just stay there? Because now you can look back at the shack and you can see that it is approaching the shack again, but not in its destructive nature.
Yeah, I'll hang around and wait for Raj to catch up.
Okay. Zib, it's your turn. The creature is moving in the downward direction.
I'm moving in the zibward direction. This way.
Nice.
Zigzag.
I'm bugging out. One more time. Zam.
Got him. Okay.
Comedy.
Horatio is going to catch up to Clara. So we're at the top of the order now, but the Elikoth is kind of ignoring you guys at this point.
He's vibing.
Yeah, he's kind of like given up. He ate something, so he thinks he ate something, so he's going to be satiated. You guys have left his area, and you're no longer close enough to him that he would continue to try and chase you. So Pax, you can see that he is kind of back to doing his own thing and heading back to his hut. Is there anything else that you guys would want to do in initiative order?
Hell no.
Anything.
Not really.
All right, so we can just say that we'll transition out of initiative, and you guys are now free from the conflict of the Elikoth, unless for whatever reason you decide that you want to turn around and go back.
No.
Could be.
You sure? You guys don't want to go back?
I don't know.
I don't know. So
I could be enticed.
Did you get a good picture?
I think
Of what?
I don't think they had the camera on. I think they turned it off because they were like, "The way I don't want people to see this." I don't remember. I need to get a drink of water.
Yeah, what the fuck?
The majestic Ellicott in its natural environment, a terrorist's house.
No, I don't know how much the content of me being a huge coward is gonna really do for me. I think I shot the. I think I seemed tough and cool going into the hut,
Yes.
and then I got my ass beat and ran away from an elephant, which is not what I'm trying to post.
Yeah, that's definitely not the viewership you're trying to cultivate. Okay, so you guys leave the skin shack area, and you get far enough away from it that you can tell that the Ellicott is not going to be a problem anymore. You easily meet back up. Boop, boop, boop. And you can now discuss the things you can. Zib, you can kind of take a better look at all of that stuff that was in the stomach backpack thing.
Great.
Love that for you guys.
Digging through a stomach, some kind of haggis bagus.
Ryan, you're muted.
Yeah, I'm just going to take a 10. I'm going to use that resolve point to get my stamina points back, please.
Yeah, I think everybody should do that.
Yeah. Is that at the cost of Resolve?
Yeah, one resolve, you get all your stamina points back. You guys are just kind of resting. You've made your way back to the kind of. It's not really a road. It's not really a path. It's the way that you guys came through the wasteland from the city of Orphis. In your gross little backpack thing that you found. Let's see, I already read it off to you, but I'll read it again. Altogether, the cred sticks contain a total of 7,080 credits. So we can split that up 4 ways, and you guys will each get some of that. That'll be 1770 for each person. So please add 1770 credits.
Pretty good.
I'll put it on ratio sheet.
It's almost American number.
Almost. Another 6 years.
Nice. 6 more years.
Okay. 15, 7. Roger's got a lot of money.
We
But
should
of
all have
course-
a decent amount of money.
Yeah, of course. You start to really like the economy gets really weird once you start getting past like levels like 7 and 8, because then things start to cost like tens of thousands of dollars because all of the stuff that you're getting is so like high tech and advanced that it's miles better than the protein paste that you guys are eating on Absalom Station. It's like the difference between a protein tube and a mythical artifact that can shoot a laser through a fucking planet.
Hey, I get the spicy protein goo. So
there is also a data pad that has a cracked screen, but is still otherwise useful.
Let's crack that. Cracked it open.
It's already cracked.
Do a computer design. Zang. Blam.
This would be a Horatio thing.
It would be a Horatio thing. Horatio picks it up and it's just like, oh, this is like not like this is a very simple utilitarian.
It's a Palm Pilot.
Yeah, this is he goes, oh yeah, all you have to do to hack into this is just hit open.
this What's in the Konami code?
Yeah.
What's the password?
Like he
blank.
could have like gone through and hacked the whole thing and like ran his little code, but like he's like no, like this has been out for so long that they released the they released the master password for all of these like 5 years ago. He just types it in and opens it up. Inside, Horatio is reading through all of these all of the data that he can find on the datapad. The datapad reveals that Sarantha has indeed been colluding with the corpse fleet for a long time, and it contains detailed notes from the Marablight's earlier meeting with someone named Captain Zira Vesh. As Horatio is...
Captain Zira or Zero?
Oh, I'll take it out. All it has is the captain's name. It doesn't really give any information. It's just some correspondence between them. It talks about trying to organize more corpse fleet activity on Eox, which also included recruiting the Bone Trooper's roommate. Do you guys remember that? Specifically in a way that would allow a paper trail breadcrumb to lead its way back to Zarantha. As you're reading through these messages, you realize that everything that has happened so far on Eox has been specifically tailored to have you investigate it so that you would leave the city and go look for Zarantha in the wasteland so that she could kill you. It has the time you got to... it has every location that you've been so far. When you landed, when you checked in with the Ministry, when you went to the Fleshworks factory. It has details about how specifically the Bone Trooper's roommate was supposed to leave a scrap of paper behind so that when you guys went to investigate it, you would find it and it would more easily lead you to the Marablight's skin shack. And I fit it in there one more time.
Damn it.
And now it seems that this Captain Zira Vesh person is a member of the corpse fleet that has been working with Zarantha and has spent a large amount of time and energy to get you guys murdered.
Frankly, it just seems like a lot of
Hoopla?
very convoluted. Yeah. I mean, I don't necessarily think covert ops is their strong suit.
Well, it's their only suit. The reason that it's so convoluted is because it had to seem like it wasn't really the corpse fleet doing anything. So the whole thing was like, now that you're reading through all this stuff, you're like, oh, this was all a setup. Like up until this point, pretty much everything has been breadcrumbed to us so that we would follow it. And
everything we're doing is just written here in a book.
You get Horatio gets
called Dead Son.
Horatio gets all the way to the end, and he keeps reading. And then the four of them stood in the open wasteland, reading from a cracked data pad. But
if you're reading this, you're already dead. Just a warhead on its way in.
There is one other piece of information that I have to give you. Nope, you guys already learned that. Okay. It was irrelevant. Okay, so you guys are about 2 hours west of the city that you are staying in on Eox. The Marablight that you were after turned out to actually be a corpse fleet agent and was really dangerous and tried to kill you. But you guys were able to circumvent her defenses and learn what you could about it, and have learned that someone named Captain Zira Vesh is organizing corpse fleet activity on Eox, which is bad.
Bad.
That's the revelation right there.
So you guys have pretty much laid all of the plans bare. It seems that once the Corpse Fleet realized that you guys had been to the asteroid and had followed them to Eox, this was going to be the last. This was going to be the place that they were going to finally take you out and get rid of you, because they don't need any more Starfinders meddling in their Corpse Fleet business.
Oh, actually,
Horatio, would there be a way to communicate using this data pad to say mission successful? If we're considered dead, it might be easier for us to uncover what's going to happen next.
That's God, that's a sexy plan.
Or we send them pictures of our butts and say, "Ha ha, missed again."
Corpse Fleet D's nuts.
Way better.
I really like that plan. Let me
Fine, right?
figure
I have
out.
8 intelligence.
The thing is that I'm sure all of your good plans come from something you've read in a young adult novel.
I try and limit them to literally violence and tactics.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Let's see. Computers, data pad. I mean, I can't see. Is a data pad also a phone?
You should at least be able to send an email on it, right?
Right? Because if you can read the emails on it, then you would assume it would be silly to like.
in the future, they may have gone the opposite direction. They're like, convergence always keeps us connected, always online. That's kind of shitty. Like,
Yeah.
maybe let's make a data pad that just it's an ebook that lets you take notes. No email.
Yeah, so maybe the data pad downloads information through your comm unit. The comm unit connects to the big the internet, and then it downloads stuff onto your data pad. You got to plug it in.
Okay, so Horatio like boots up NordVPN, and then
Right. So that's going to take a computer check to sort of mask where the information is coming from. And since it's such a low tier computer, it's going to be pretty easy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to set it at the tier of the computer plus 5, which is going to be 22. What do you guys actually want to say?
I mean, I gave about as much as I can in this situation. Just like mission accomplished. The Starfinders are neutralized. Yeah,
you'll read through the thing and come up with you'll write in Zarantha's voice. You'll do a spec script for Zarantha, and you'll send this out to the captain.
There's no way she would use the word dead. That would be seen as a positive on Eox. So it would be either annihilated or neutralized.
Mm-hmm. Very good, Pax.
I've read lots of Eoxian comics.
They're all like the Punisher. Like it's just it's all Eoxian Punisher.
Damn, that's cool. And Ghost Rider, I guess.
Zib.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Everybody make a bluff check. We'll make a communal bluff check of you guys working on this. Okay.
Cold dice today, I gotta say.
Okay. And Horatio will make a bluff. Okay.
Oh, that makes sense.
Raj added like a little smiley face at the end.
Oh.
It's just like a skull. It's a skull and crossbones.
So you guys craft this message. The four of you work on it together, and then Horatio sends it with his computer check.
Too many cooks.
Too many cooks are in the kitchen for this one. Between the four of you, you got an average of like an 11 for your bluff check, and then Horatio's computer check, he rolled a 2. So you guys...
It did send, though. It was high enough to send.
It was high enough to send, but clearly as soon as he does it, he's like, oh, wait, fuck. I should have I should have womboed. Oh no.
I've messed up my gazentas.
Oh man, my syntax was actually off for that.
It's from Horatio at Starfinder Society.
It takes a picture of him like when you're doing a self checkout. And he goes, "Oh God!" And he says, "Yeah." So I accidentally, I sent that to all of the corpse fleet. I hit reply all instead.
Okay, Plan B. We do it again, but with the butts picture.
Yeah. So you have so. That's not what you send a message that is suspect that will be sent to Captain Ziravesh, and Captain Ziravesh will make their own investigation into it to see whether or not it is believable for you to from you guys.
And dead.
So they can still fail their investigation check and we'll be in the clear, right?
We never found that headless dead body outside. We just looked at it from a distance. The Ellicot's still there. They're fine.
Let me find her stat sheet real quick. Where is it? Ah. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. Okay. So, you guys have sent this false message off to the captain of the corpse fleet, or I'm sorry, to a captain of the corpse fleet, not the captain of the corpse fleet, obviously. You are standing in the radioactive wasteland of Eox, the four of you. What do you want to do?
Go back to town.
Gotta go back to our ship.
Yeah, let's
You
go
can't-
back. Yeah, back to the ship, back to the DMV, back to something.
Well, if the whole idea is that we're pretending to be dead, like we need to get back to the starport and not sleep where we were with as few people seeing us as possible.
Fair enough. But also, surely they're keeping an eye on our ship at this point. They know we're here.
Well, we do have that one friend in the starport. Maybe we can rely on them to be discreet.
You have a couple friends, but you have also made several enemies and several people who are just like, man, come on.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, come on.
Are
man.
our friends only my fans?
Yeah. Well, Winita
And
is
Jimmy
kind of
Tibia.
yeah. Jimothy
I don't trust
Tibula.
Juanita.
Winita is sort of your friend. Then there's the guy who works at the Fleshworks factory.
Oh yeah, the most helpful man in the world.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Grenades. And then there's the guy who you signed his gun.
And the orphan child.
And right, so that's four people.
And Timothy. Sorry, Timothy. How could I forget? Yeah, I don't trust Juanita because I feel like she's just at the bottom of the chain of command of people that want us dead. Mr. Grenades in the Fleshworks factory is like fucking Cletus with grenades.
Which is good.
That man's like about to get in one of those it's like a backyard pro wrestling but at MMA with guns like kind of YouTube videos.
What if we use shotguns on the trampoline? It would be sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna
My
make your
thought.
way back to Orphis.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
After
the thought.
Okay, what was the thought?
I have to remember where my belt is.
Where your belt is?
Or did I give it to Hollow Skin? It's not a belt.
Hollow belt. Hollow skin.
Hollow belt. Yeah, if I wanted to do like I know we brought this up before. If that's like enough to disguise me as undead, because it's like disguise major features.
I don't remember. Can you click the thing?
Beep, boop, boop, beep.
I mean, you'd just be trying to look like a dead bug, right?
Dead
Like,
bugs.
It's Zib, but
You can
zombie.
disguise major features, race, or creature type with the DC of your disguise check. They made a bit.
Okay, so you make a disguise check, and then it gives you more options, basically, without increasing the difficulty. That's how I'm reading that.
Yeah.
Disguise is its own skill, huh? Look at that.
This game's got rules for everything. Because my thought would be to disguise myself as an undead, and then find Starport gun friend, and maybe he has like a covert way we can get in. Get
Like
together.
like a space car you can stick us all in the trunk of or something.
Yeah, Metal Gear style. We can all like get in the back of the truck that have started to move.
You don't want to do a backflip off of the bridge onto the ship below you? That seems cooler.
Yeah, well, no, we have to start chronologically with Metal Gear 1 with truck have started to move, and then
Fair
we
enough.
can work our way up to cutting the robot in half with our...
Next season. So, you guys are on your way back to Orphis. It is a pretty far walk. It took you 2 hours to get out there. It's going to take you about the same amount of time to get back. However, after about an hour, you're sort of funneled into a valley. It goes down, and as soon as it goes down, the large sheer cavern walls they rise up almost immediately. So you're walking through this area. As you do, to your left there is the path breaks off of another way, and as it continues forward, off to the left you can see that it leads to kind of a opening with a bright green glowing thing at the end of it. Leading up to that and merging with the stone walls around you is piles and piles and piles of bones. So think like the inside of a tall valley that goes straight up and down. But instead of stones, it's bones. And they are piled on top of each other in such a way that they have been there for so long that they have kind of become all one structure, and they lead into this other part of the valley that has this glowing green thing at the end of it. As you pass this in front of you, you hear it before you see it. A ship starts to get lower and lower, coming from the direction that you were in. It flies over top of you, and you can see it's recognizable as one of the Eoxian bone ships. It looks like it was grown out of a pile of bone and flesh, but it's gargantuan. It flies over once and then turns around and lands straddling the valley ahead of you. As it does, the access port opens up, and several bone troopers jump out of the ship and rappel down to the surface, led by a tall blue person. They have blocked your exit. There are 5 bone troopers in front of you and 1 tall blue person.
And their name is Jake Sully.
I was gonna say, is it a Nami?
Welcome to Pandora.
So
Do
this
not have any unobtainium.
So this ship is kind of straddling the valley and has opened and allowed these people to get out of it and approach you. As they do, you realize that the person in the front is walking funny. They seem to like not be able to move their legs properly. As they get closer, you realize that they're kind of they're like hopping. They're like they take their 2 feet and then they hop 5 feet and then they hop 5 feet and then they hop 5 feet instead of just walking. Everybody, please make a mysticism check.
Oh no.
That means we aren't going to be able to fight this
Oh.
thing easily.
Oh, I'm sorry. If you're trained in mysticism, please make a mysticism check.
Oh,
Nope.
I am not. Ignore mine.
Okay.
Wow.
I think Bex got it.
Ew.
What does trained mean again?
It means that you have skills in it. You have 1 rank in it.
Oh, interesting.
Um,
Why did I waste my time becoming mystic?
You're doing horoscopes for a while. That's why.
That makes sense.
Okay. So this strange blue hopping humanoid person is getting closer and closer, and as they do, Beck and Raj realize that what's in front of them is a very specific kind of vampire. It is an undead creature that is mostly referred to as a hopping vampire. It is called a Jiangshi. I'm going to type it out.
This is a Chinese folklore thing.
This is a Chinese folklore hopping vampire. And what they do is, for whatever reason, their legs are stuck like that, and they have to hop around, which makes them a little bit slower, but it lets them ignore a lot of difficult terrain. So they are brutal and they are vampires, but they also have this very odd hopping movement. As they approach you, you see that there is also a holographic projection in front of their face. All of the Jiangshi have a I can't remember what it's called. Oh, it's a prayer scroll. So if you look at like traditional prayer scrolls or vampires, there will be this thing in front of their face that sort of covers their face and is part of being a vampire. This person has one of those, but it's made out of a holographic projection. They approach you, and you are standing kind of at the entrance to this place that goes off to the left with all the bones in the glowing green. They are flanked on either side by bone troopers, but you can tell that they're not the same kind of bone troopers that you saw in Orphis. They're kind of showing a little bit more of their hand, and that they are clearly members of the Corpse Fleet.
Oh,
Yay.
subpar.
What?
So subpar situation.
The vampire approaches you and looks directly at Horatio and says, I thought you would be a little bit better at... Well, the only thing that you're good at. I can't believe that you sent that and thought that we weren't immediately going to investigate.
Sorry, sir.
and she like doesn't. She's like, what? Okay. Clearly, you have like immediately thrown her. She does not know how to react to that. And she says, no. Okay. I have been working very hard to get rid of the 4 of you, 5 of you, 6 of you, your dumb little spaceship. Whatever I have to do to get off of Eox. I don't like it here. It's boring, and especially when I have to spend all of my time trying to fit 5 little rats into a death trap.
Why
So
don't
what I
you
just-
just leave then?
Because
You've been spending all your time. You could just go.
no, I'm. God damn it! Is this why nobody can kill you? It's just because you just talk at them and then you confuse them. And
That's
then,
the only thing I'm good at.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, shut up. And she does like a hop like in place. Like she gets angry and like she goes to stamp her feet, but she can't because they both have to move at the same time. So she just hops and stamps her feet in the square she's in, and she says, "I am going to get rid of you. I am going to get a promotion, and the corpse fleet is going to find what they're looking for, and they are going to demonstrate undead supremacy." Now,
Wait, what is the corpse fleet looking for?
The degenerate, the packs.
No, let her answer.
in that gorge is something very important to you. 2 somethings that are very important to you. Hanging over that gorge, over a pool of acid, is a robot and a security officer.
Damn, they got Shepard.
They got their boy.
And there's a pause, and she goes, "And a security officer."
Huh?
Oh boy. So, what we're gonna do is we are gonna go walk to the acid pool, and we're gonna have a nice little conversation. Okay? If you don't, I'll drop them in the acid from here. If you do, there might be a chance that we could work something out.
That sounds great. I'd love to work something out.
So they surround you further, and like they're clearly at full health and rested up, and you guys just had the shit kicked out of you by an Elikoth. So like you're dirty and bloody, and while you have recovered some of your stamina points, you're feeling not great. They walk you down this wide valley that is flanked by walls of bones, and they walk you up to the edge. Actually, I'll show you the map. It's very cool looking. There's nothing on it, but I'll just show it to you.
That's a lot of bones.
Yeah, so that's what I meant.
So
Like
many
that.
bones.
That is so many bones. Like I would say,
Too many.
too many bones. But at the end of the bone valley, there is a giant pool of glowing green acid, and here is a pair of bound prisoners that are sort of half hanging off of the edge of it over top of the pool of acid, flanked by a bone trooper each. That's where we're going to stop.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So that is where we're going to end the adventure today.
I'd like to think that if we like passed the bluff check, we would just like get home. It's just nobody's there, and we have no clue. like everyone's just gone, but we would like everybody thinks we're dead. They're captured and probably also dead.
Everybody is confused, and the story can't continue. So that's where we're going to end today. The Elikoth and the Marabite have been defeated. You have revealed the final boss of Eox, and they have played their hand and have captured you and have now cornered you in a bone valley that ends in a giant pool of acid. And then not only that, they have captured one of your friends.
I gotta say, if their plan is threatening
And what
Jin,
if
they
they're
don't know
working
us very well. Like,
Yeah.
this is not gonna go.
Which is
the way
kind
they
of hilarious. They're like, yeah, we got him. It's like, oh, God, please don't hurt the robot.
Look, it would be really annoying to have to replace Jin now.
She knows so much,
Probably.
you know? Yeah, it's
You know,
like she has
I don't want to start from square one again, man.
so much career experience.
I mean,
We gotta go through training. We gotta do the harassment seminar again. It's just like
Plus,
a whole thing to
we did-
replace our
we did
security
pay
officer.
her.
Yeah,
We
you
did
paid
pay
her
her.
And I don't
We
want that
paid
money
her.
going in the acid.
a month
But
ago.
the first time we left her in charge of the ship, she gets Shepard captured. What the fuck?
So that is where we're going to end today. You guys did a great job. We will be back the week after Easter for the finale of Book 3. I think I'd like to have Foundry set up by then, and then after that, we will probably take a week or two off to prepare for Season 2 of Dead Sundays, which is just like Season 1.
But with hotter graphics and
But with
even
hotter graphics.
hotter cast members.
Nope, same cast members.
Everyone's getting replaced.
Everyone's
Yeah, no,
getting-
I'm
oh,
getting
wait, me
hotter.
too? That's
I'm
awesome.
planning on getting hotter, actually. I have like this
so-
whole thing planned.
We've been bought out by Critical Role.
Hey, if Critical Role wants to buy the show and if we're somehow not included in it, that's totally fine. Like,
Yeah,
if we,
great.
hold on, they
That's
want to
money,
buy the
baby.
show and then we don't have to do anything. We
That's
don't even have
money,
to be
baby.
in the show.
That's money,
Yeah,
baby.
That's why I'm in charge of diplomacy, baby.
And then we
Brandon
will
Lee-
start,
It's like customer.
we will start a new show called Bread Sundays. Bread Sundays is a show where we cook bread on Sundays.
I would be down. I love bread.
Wonderful.
So, players, thank you for playing. Viewers, thank you for viewing. Paizo, thank you for making Starfinder and Pathfinder. This was used. We used Roll20 and we used Sirenscape for our tabletop and for our noises, even though they both kind of went they went wonky. Paizo, thank you for paising.
That's what I always say because everything else is a verb. Players, thank you for playing. And in my head, I always say pie, so thank you for pising.
Hopping vampires, thank you for hopping. Now is the time where we are going to look at the camera and say goodbye, and then we're going to play the Spacey set. Okay, everybody look at the camera, say goodbye. Bye.
Bye.
You're coming from the black. You want a place that reminds you of home. You want traditional foods like our Eoxians cadaver digits, fresh fried every cycle, or tacos made the spath anyway, flavored with real asteroid sauce. With quality fine enough for the syndicate, but at prices any corporate collar can afford. So after you dock, head over to the Eye. We're open all cycle, every cycle, ready to treat you like family, hive mind, or brood clutch. Spacies, you're gonna like the food you eat from the restaurant that I own.
Hey, thanks for watching Dead Sundays. Do me a solid and tell every single person you know about Starfinder and Dead Sundays, and make sure you catch us live on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern only on twitch.tv/LogarTheOgar. Thank you, OBS, for your service towards the streaming community. Please check out and donate to the OBS Project's Patreon. OBS is a free broadcasting software that I've been using for years and wouldn't want to use anything else. Thank you to Sirenscape, who allows us to use their dynamic sound generator to provide the background music and sound effects that you're hopefully enjoying right now. Sirenscape is a wonderful program with a ton of pre-crafted and IP-specific soundscapes available for a monthly subscription to make your tabletop games sound as epic as they play. Thank you to Roll20, a web-based tabletop RPG client allowing users around the world to play tabletop games together as if they were in the same room. Roll20 is a free-to-use service, but offers a low-cost monthly subscription option for extra tools that I use because I use Roll20 all the time. And thanks to Paizo for making Starfinder, for making Pathfinder, and for supporting the United Paizo workers.